is God. What's your favorite scary movie?
Horror Daddies.
Hey, slashers and scream queens, and welcome to the Horror Quickies, a sideshow to the Horror Daddies, where we talk about your favorite horror TV shows.
Chucky.
I'm Carlos,
And I'm Jonathan.
and we're continuing our journey on season 2, episode 3 of Chucky.
Oh, I was so excited. I honestly, today was sucked at work, and I was like, at least we got Chucky.
I know that's the only thing to look forward to after Wednesday night at work, which was another good episode. Little disappointed, but a good episode.
And IMDb, that shit is full advertisement.
Well, because last week we left off of Glenn and Glenda showing up at their mama's house, and this week we got nothing. And I was like, this is all I.
Like, that's so disappointing, but this was a fun episode.
It was still a good episode, yeah.
This one was very character driven story, so I like that. I like that it wasn't just boring. It was just a really nice episode, and we got to know more of the side characters.
This episode is pretty much torturing Chucky, the Chucky that they caught last week.
With some Easter eggs.
Yeah.
You know, they got some cute scenes. I would never thought I would say this ever, but Chucky's kind of cute in this episode.
He is. I always said he's cute, so I've never said that he's not.
I mean, look at how gorgeous he is. Look at his ass.
He need a little perm here, though.
A little perm. That's okay.
But so we opened this episode with Father Bryce questioning Jake about the doll. He's still on this doll situation. Jake's like, I don't know where the doll is, so I don't know what to tell you. Cut to their room, and the doll is still tied up.
And he is angry.
Yeah.
Like, his face is so expression, like anger, like pure anger.
We get to see some more of his selfies that he's been taking.
He's just like, oh.
Yeah, and he has one contact on his phone that is the Colonel.
Yep.
We don't know who the Colonel is.
KFC.
Or, oh yeah, she did say
Colonel Sanders. She said another one, Colonel Mustard or something like that.
I once had a side story. I once had a manager that went by Colonel.
What
I don't know, at one job, and
like you had to call him Colonel?
his name tag said Colonel on it.
Oh,
so I don't know if that was his real name or not, but I always call him, because Colonel spelled weird as Colonel.
Yeah, like
so
you can't spell it out.
So I was like, hey, Colonel, and he would get so mad because I didn't know how to say it. That's what happens when your first language is Spanish.
Yeah, that happens.
I was like, Senor Colonel. They're trying to like torture him by like kind of poking him with a knife and threatening him, and it doesn't work because he's a fucking narcissist.
He's just like loving it.
Yeah, he loves it. So we cut to the kids in class learning about Dolly and his paintings. That's pretty much it for that.
Yeah, it's just like a lesson. And Sister Catherine kind of has a liking to Jake because Jake kind of knows about it. So she's like, "What did you think?" And he's like, "Whoa, it's amazing. I never knew about that." So
she kind of opens her doors up to him, like, if you ever need to talk to anybody, you can come to me.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Jake.
So we don't know.
My theory is that Sister Catherine has a secret.
Maybe, yeah.
So that we know, not that she might relate to Jake and Devin a little.
Yeah,
she might be an ally.
She might be Devin's auntie. No,
Whoa,
I'm kidding.
Wait. Where's the?
No, but then we cut to Lexi still popping some pills. She gets caught by Trevor, and she's like, "Oh, well, these are my allergy pills, so I don't know why you tripping." He's like, "Well, none of the kids carry their own medication. It's all in the infirmary."
And that's your mama's name.
And and that has your mama's name on it. So he's trying to blackmail her. Trevor's still a bully. Let's just put it that way throughout this whole damn episode. Then Devin was the one that stayed behind with Chucky because he pretended to be sick, because someone has to stay always with Chucky because we just don't know if he's going to escape or not.
Yep. And he is holding that knife like his life depends on it.
Yep. Chucky starts calling him weak and basically
like, I killed your mama.
Yep.
I killed your friends.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Yep.
You a bitch. And
Devin wants to kill Chucky. Devin's like, I'm gonna go kill Chucky. And Jake walks in, don't kill Chucky. And Devin's like, well, what the fuck? Because he over here talking mad shit. So I'm gonna kill him. So,
hey, bitch, what's up, bitch? Suck my dick, bitch.
Devin's very upset throughout this whole episode, and I get it. Because they're like, why are we keeping this doll? Father Bryce is going to keep bothering you. Can we just return the doll? He's not talking, so what do you want us to do?
They're stressed the entire time because like they don't even have to worry just about Chucky. It's like, what if they find Chucky?
Yeah. So then Jake and Devin come up with the idea to reprogram Chucky. And I'm like, how do you whatever, a doll?
Okay, this part, I had to suspend my disbelief like way crazy. I already have to do it for the doll. Because it's like, they show him scary movies for a long periods of time.
Like The Thing,
The
Psycho,
Thing,
one of the Psycho
3,
sequels, yeah.
Dark Man, and there was one with a guy jumping off a building. I don't know what it was.
That looked very familiar, and I couldn't think of the movie.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've seen that clip, and I want to say it's Exorcist 3, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I've never seen that, so maybe.
I have.
Because it's like an older movie. It wasn't like a modern one, so who knows?
Doesn't someone jump out the window in Dark Man?
In Dark Man, there's like multiple, but I don't think that scene specifically. And it was also so quick. It was like when he gets his hand burnt. That's it.
But
it's
like,
so fast.
they have his eyes with pins on it so that he can't close them, and they're putting some drops in him to kind of like drug him up, and Chucky's freaking out. And then after he throws up with the horror movies, they put on My Little Pony. And
they should have put Terrifier too, because apparently everybody be throwing up with that.
And then Chucky's already kind of dizzy and woozy, and he says a line here that's like, Chucky wants to watch the 9 o'clock news at Maggie.
At Maggie, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's a little throwback to part 1.
They're talking, and then he just appears next to them, and he's like, oh, they went on Tide, because he has like a really soft voice.
Yeah.
And he's like all kind of like, oh, calm down, like Bob Ross kind of feel.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, they went on Tide when I was watching My Little Pony, but I didn't want to bother you guys sleeping.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, this motherfucker might be okay.
So it's like, should we believe this Chucky or not? Because he gets out to tie somebody's shoes, and I'm like, okay. And he's playing. He's being real nice. Like I was kind of like, I wonder what this franchise would have been if it was a comedy,
it would
not a horror movie.
I mean, I guess see the Chucky.
That's true. Perfect. Actually, cinema.
But the thing is that he's also speaking in the Brad Dourif voice, and usually it goes back to the toy. So it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, and he doesn't remember them at all. Also, Nadine here volunteers to watch them because they all kind of have to go to their classes and shit.
Yeah, and if you watch Nadine throughout this whole scene, she's always in the background like, oh, he's so cute. Like she is in love with Chucky.
Oh, and it's because Devin also walks away because he's pissed off because he doesn't want to believe that this doll is actually nice now. So,
which honestly, Devin, good job, because he's kind of like, we gotta be safe.
Yeah, no, and I get that. It's just like I kind of like this Chucky. But this is when Devin and Jake have a 1-to-1 where Devin's like, I don't want you to die, but like, so we got to do something with this doll. And Jake's like, well, I feel guilty for everything that happens, so kind of like you have to trust me on this. And they kind of hug and kiss, and Father Bryce catches them in the act, but he don't say nothing just yet. He just catches them.
He goes, oh shit.
Yeah,
well,
so
it's a lot of problems. They're not just and they were roommates.
So then Lexi goes to the infirmary to try to steal some drugs, but they're locked up, so she can't. She ends up getting some aspirin from the nurse. As she walks out, Trevor starts kind of blackmailing her again and threatening her, and she kind of gets him with like, hey, why are you asking me for a condom, like really loud, so the nurse
sister Ruth
hears
she's
them.
like, what the hell?
Yep. Cut to UPS or USX delivering another suspicious sized box.
You forgot the expedited.
It's
so
expedited.
That shit went prime shipping.
Yes, it did. And
another big ass box, which is like,
but that's the whole mystery, because we don't know where it went. We don't know if someone opened it. We don't know what's happening. This is when Father Bryce confronts Devin, and then makes him go clean because Devin's not really sick, so he found out.
Yeah,
and
he's
also
like
he's kind of like a little homophobic, I feel.
It's a
maybe
typical.
We don't. He hasn't really said it
hasn't
directly.
Said it out loud.
But I'm like, we're in a school, a Catholic school, so I'm like, this might play in later.
Yeah, and he has him like cleaning all the little like lanterns with the smoke and shit. Yeah, that's what I remember it from. So
Nadine and Chucky are just chilling. So this is when Jake and Lexi bring him an apple. He's eating the apple, and they're all like, kind of like, wow, he's actually kind of cute.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, no, like he's so cute.
Yeah. So Lexi decides to stay with Chucky, and then Chucky starts asking Lexi all these questions
because he's curious and he doesn't have any memory. So he's like, "Do you have a boyfriend? What's his name?" And she starts panicking because she's been having panic attacks, and that's why she gets her medication. I think it's like anti-anxiety medication.
Well, she's using it for others. She's not supposed to be using it, but like
yeah,
she's snorting it. So like,
she got more problems than just anxiety.
But she gets triggered by the Junior thing. Yeah, and so she leaves this Chucky alone.
Runs away. So my thing is like, why did he ask those questions? Like, is it Chucky just being like, oh, I know this bitch?
Like he knew he was gonna she was gonna leave, so then he was gonna be able to leave and still play this nice card. So yeah, we don't know yet, and we also haven't found out what the other box is yet either.
Yep.
Nadine, this is when Nadine comes to confess.
So she goes to
Father
confess.
O'Malley.
Father O'Malley is sick of her shit.
Yeah, and she's confessing about everything, the whole doll situation, Lexi taking drugs.
Yeah.
He's fucking drinking while she's confessing. Like
It
from
zooms in and he's just like,
Yeah.
just a flask.
But as he's doing that, Chucky's behind him and chokes him to death, so he kills him.
Yep.
And Nadine don't know what's going on, but then Chucky starts talking to Nadine, and I don't know how she did not notice the difference in voice.
It was
'Cause
pretty
it's also
close,
very
though.
deeper.
Yeah.
You think so?
It was kind of close to the priest. It was kind of close.
I was like, I would have been like, who is you now?
Motherfucker, what happened?
Yeah. So he has her to pray Hail Mary, which is the name of the episode, 400 times.
Yeah,
And
400
she was
Hail
like,
Marys.
Don't you think that's a little like, absurd? And he goes, nah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
And then so she picks up, because he chokes him out with the rosary.
Yeah.
And then she starts picking up the little beads.
Yeah.
And it starts praying.
Yeah.
So she's going on her room, and this is like a really long scene.
So it's a kind of a montage because as she's going up to while praying, we see Lexi struggling in the bathroom with the trying to see if she should take the medication or not.
Because she has one left.
Yeah, and then Devin cleaning.
Yep.
It's like this montage, but then when she gets to the room, Chucky is gone. So now we're like, oh, he's probably is playing the fuck out of these kids.
Yeah.
Father Bryce is kind of, I wouldn't say reprimanding, but he's kind of talking to Sister Catherine about like the boys and if she knows if she knows what he knows. Because
Sister Catherine tells him like it's a little harsh that you're punishing these kids. Like it's not sending a good message.
Yeah.
And Jake just walks into that
defending
room.
his damn man.
Yeah,
like
he's
he
like,
should.
"What's up, bitch? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?" And then even Sister Catherine was like, "You kind of brought that on yourself."
Yep.
Man.
So when Father Bryce goes to his office, the doll is already there. So he kind of lifts Devin from his punishment, kind of lets him go. And this doll smiles really big, but we're like, is this the doll that just got delivered, or is this the doll that was in the room? We still don't know yet. As this is happening, Lexi and Nadine have a very heart-to-heart.
I love this scene. This scene was
Me
fantastically
too.
done.
In the bathroom where Lexi literally opens up to her.
Yeah, and
she
Nadine
feels like she's drowning, and
yeah, she tells her like she has to put on this character, happy, funny, good looking, and blah blah.
I do that every fucking day.
It's
and
so
I get
hard
it. It's
to
hard.
be so hot. Like I hate it. I have to go outside and be like, damn. But
We're kidding.
but I do love that Nadine tells her like, I can't fix all of those problems, but I can be your friend. And you know, we can get through it together. And I was like, oh man, I really like Nadine. I hope nothing happens to her because I'll be pissed.
At the same time, Lexi, she is friends with Jevin. And she tends to feel like the third wheel, especially when they argue.
Yeah,
and
she's
they're
like,
arguing right now.
Exactly. It's like she hates it.
So I'm sorry,
She
Jonathan.
hates her mom. That's okay. I like,
Okay.
as long as there's no fist, I'm okay. And I have to walk in like, stop! You're tearing this family apart.
What kind of fisting though?
Oh.
Then Trevor is sneaking into the girls' room, Lexi's and Nadine's room, to stash some drugs to frame Lexi.
Yeah, what a fucking sneaky
But
ass snake.
As
Bitch.
he's walking out, somebody walks in, and we don't see the somebody, but he's freaking out, so we know it's Chucky.
Yep.
We
So
just
see
don't
the
know.
silhouette. We see the silhouette
We
after
don't know what
lightning.
this Chucky looked like though, so that's the thing. Just wait like 2 more minutes, y'all. So this Chucky punches the shit out of this kid, and this kid flies.
away.
And I'm like, what the fuck? How strong is this motherfucker?
He's covered in blood.
Yeah.
Like his whole face is covered in blood, and he's on the floor. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh
And then
my
Chucky punches through his chest
And he has his heart.
and grabs his heart. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, if he could do this the whole time, why hasn't he been doing this?
Why he got a knife?
Yeah. So I was like, wow, this Chucky's super fucking strong.
But then he said something here. I wish I would have wrote it down, but he sounds really deep. Like
He also sounds like Arnold in Predator.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Just
Deep
like that.
voice, like he's in the military. Now I'm thinking, I'm like, is this the Colonel?
Oh, maybe.
So then the kids hide the body in the closet. They cover the blood in comfort.
Because they're doing inspections.
They're doing inspections.
Oh my god.
So the lady comes in and Nadine talks her ear off where she's like, you know what? Y'all look good. I'm leaving.
Yep.
So she leaves. And then the boys still arguing. They leave and they're like, it's like, y'all, there's a body in the closet. I would have been like, none. there's a body in my room. I don't know where it came from. Because who the fuck would think that I punched through the kid's chest?
That's why you would go to jail. You would go to day of jail.
I mean, okay, I can't punch through nobody's chest. Come on. Like, who would think I did that?
And they're kids. So
Right.
it's like really crazy.
I would be like, no, there's a rocking body in my room. You know what I would have, because Lexi found the drugs, you know what I would have? I would have put the drugs by him and be like, I think he was on crack. The drugs did something and he exploded. I think the drugs did it.
His heart just boom.
He took too many. He probably drank it with Red Bull.
This is so true. Oh
I'm not going down, and I'm not hiding no damn body because then I'll get in even more trouble later.
My thing is that they left her ass like, you got the body, right? All right, see ya.
It's like, what are they going to do with this body? Where are they going to put it?
Oh my God. I want to see if they talk about that in the next episode.
I know. So then we cut to Chucky in the office.
And it's a good one.
He's being nice.
He's
still.
nice.
So I'm like, okay, so he's not playing them. He's actually being good.
Yeah, he's like, I am the happiest kid or whatever.
And then the door opens and he goes, Jake, like super excited.
And Jake's like this small. Like, he's like this small.
So it's another Chucky. And this Chucky's walking in like Ardo and Predator. And this Chucky is fucking buff.
Like, his shirt's ripped and his muscles and
Yeah,
abs are
he
out.
got abs. He got pecs. And I'm like,
Damn.
oh, who is this? Like Chucky went from Chucky to Daddy Chucky. Like, that's Daddy Chucky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you.
That Chucky is Daddy.
But my thing is, who's possessing that body?
I mean, it's still Charles Lee Ray. My thing is, I don't know how he got that buff. I mean, technically, if they're human, he could work out and
I
get
guess
that
that's
buff.
true, yeah.
But I was like, God damn. No
Chucky-
wonder this kid got his fucking chest punched through. And now I'm wondering, how the fuck are they gonna take this motherfucker down? That's like the fucking God of Chucky. That's Super Saiyan.
Yeah, seriously, like that's gonna be a hard one. They're gonna grab his head and he can't punch because he's too small.
He might just flip and just they gonna flip it
That's
too.
true.
Because the way he punched through that Chucky, I'd be scared of that one.
Yeah,
now that's scary.
That was scary. I was like,
especially with the chest showing. Like I was like, oh God damn. Shit.
but I think that's it, right?
I think we got everything.
That's the episode because that's where they leave us off. There's two
Yeah.
Chuckies now roaming around.
I hope that next week we see the twins.
Motherfucker, come on. That's why I'm watching.
I mean, I'm watching for everything,
Yeah.
but more excited for the twins. Like, let's be real.
98% why I'm watching.
Still a great. Honestly, though, that buff Chucky made it all fine.
It was actually really interesting to see
Yeah.
a different Chucky.
Go watch it, enjoy it.
Not on YouTube, but we'll be on Sci-Fi. So
Oh, I was like,
You
we're on
know.
YouTube though.
no, we are, and that's where you should like and subscribe.
Yeah, like
leave
and
a comment.
subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you thought of this episode. Tell me how much you love me.
Oh, also check out the last episode of our podcast.
Yeah.
Halloween ends.
Halloween ends, y'all.
Controversial.
Yes, very controversial. Spoiler alert, I liked it. And remember,
We love you. Stay spooky. Stay sexy.
Horror
see you
Daddies.
in your dreams.